Hey guys, how's it going? It's your boy M.K.S here, back with another video. Got to put my cap on. Don't know why, just thought I'd put it on. Anyway, welcome to the second part of my list on black writers. I've been for which one I did first. I think I went for my granddad nap, and then I went for a walk, and then I was watching football, so I'm a bit delayed. I wasn't sure whether to watch it or not, but I thought I'd watch the game. So I was watching the Newcastle versus Tottenham game in the Carabao Cup. Spoiler alert, I'm going to tell you the score. I've seen it half times if you don't hear. Probably block your ears now if you've got it recorded. But for those who watch in the future or those who don't mind knowing the score, it was... So, I mean, a lot of people don't really care about all, but it is 1-0. Sorry, it's not finished yet, but it is 1-0 to Newcastle at half time. Thankfully, though, more important to me, and I'm unable to watch this game at the moment, but Celtic are winning 3-0, and I hope it shows with our new manager. Again, sorry for those who, I didn't say sorry before, but sorry for those who are not in football, which I often say. But with our new manager, it looks like it could be a new manager bounce, and the game's not completely over. But it was 3-0 last time I checked. I think it was 2-0 at half time. Someone, Kakazian on YouTube, said this, he predicts it'll be 4-0. So his prediction's kind of on, so to speak. But the game's not over yet. But I was thinking when it was at 2-0, I don't want to speak too soon. Touch wood, as they say. God willing and Godspeed or whatever. Celtic should see this through now. I think it's half an hour left, and the quality Celtic should see it through, and it probably shows that maybe Brendan Rodgers is just not the man. I was wondering. I mean, it is just one game since rather than a new manager, but I was thinking, what if it is like a new manager bounce? And another thing I was thinking is like, what if Martin O'Neill? I'm trying to get his name mixed up with Neil Lennon because he's sort of left in disgrace, so to speak, amongst many fans. But I was thinking, I hope it doesn't end up in a season like that, like the COVID season or whatever, when Brendan Rodgers last left. So I hope he can get on a really good run. Hopefully, most importantly, beat them. They who should be named on. I think we're playing them on Sunday. I hope I get to watch that game at the bar. I've got to check if I've got to try and double check if it's on at the bar or not. Because sometimes they don't show certain games. But anywho, I'm going way off track. But yeah, talking about walks, though, going back to. But yeah, I hope Martin. I didn't call him Neil Lennon. Then I get those two names mixed up. Got to keep them separate. But hopefully Martin O'Neill can see it through and like help us to win. Preferably, I hope we can win a treble this season. But talking about walks, though, I was thinking because it's Wednesday today. I forgot to say this, and I know I'll put it in the description. But I'd love to support like Black Britons to get more wealth, to acquire more wealth. I think of like black wealth makers, builders, and creators and whatnot. How can they catch up on the wealth gap and things like that? And maybe for make up for lost time or whatever. So to help Black Britons become more wealthy and see how they can share the wealth and that kind of thing. And I have to mention, like, according to the financial guru Robert Kiyosaki, who I normally mention, wealth is measured in time. So if you can go without work for 2 years and you'll be all right, then that means you have 2 years of wealth. I've not heard anyone else describe it like that before or since. It's the only one I've ever. In other words, he's the only one I've ever heard describe like that. But also talking about walks, I was thinking like Black History Walks. I think that's by Tony Walker or something like that. And Robin Walker talks about Black history and that kind of thing. But anyway, spoiler alert, I'll probably cover him a bit later. But what else was I going to say? But yeah, wealth creators, and also the Windrush generation. Think about the Windrush generation and books on Windrush and things like that. So I hope I inspire people to check those things out, given like what happened to people in the Windrush scandal and that kind of thing. But yeah, anyway, this is part 2, as I say. And in hindsight, I was thinking I probably should have gone for my shower at half time, because during the Newcastle game, Newcastle Tottenham, I thought at half time I would go for my shower, but then I decided to make this. And then since I got uploading the title, I decided to just get on with it before, and then I'll probably go for my shower late, although I probably should have my shower earlier because then I go to sleep really late. But anyway, these are writers, number 11 to 20 in this case. So here goes. So number 11, Kit Duvall. I don't know if I pronounced his name right. Kit Duvall is a black British writer. I was thinking, I checked on a website and I was thinking, I hope these are from Britain. I'm not getting mixed up. If I'm not mistaken, he's a black British writer, but he's a black writer anyway. And sometimes I wonder, like, if you class mixed race people as black as well. So I'm thinking, like, normally I class those mixed race people as a different group. But anyway, Kit Duvall is number 11. Number 12, Diana Evans. Number 13, I often think of this one like someone has to be number 13, so sorry. Dorothy Coomson, pronounced her name right, spelled K-O-O-M-S-O-N. You are number 13, I'm sorry, someone has to be. So apologies for that one because I normally see 13 as unlucky. Number 14, Candice, I can't read my own writing, Candice Corby, I think it is. Corby or Corby. Sorry, Candice Corby Williams, I think it is, or Corby Williams. Sorry, I can't read it right. She is a writer of Queenie. Not read. So I don't really read books, but apparently she is a writer of a book called Queenie. Number 15, Oluda Equino. Sorry, I decided to challenge myself with some of these, so I thought I would, even though I saw some of their surname, but I could have probably stuck to the ones that I found at least a little bit easier, or as easy as possible. Certainly easier to pronounce, but I thought I would challenge myself when trying to pronounce names. So very difficult. I thought I'd make this video, and then go to check this second half of the Newcastle-Tottenham game. Although that doesn't really influence me that much, or affect me or whatever that much, I'm not really too bothered about it because I don't really support any of those teams. Although, because I'm a big fan of the Camp and Celtic, but I'm rooting for Newcastle just because when it came to a lot of race rights in the UK this year and last year, I think when it came to a lot of racist protests, they stood against racism. So yeah, they had people saying Newcastle's black and white, and brown, or whatever. And I know their kit is black, white. Sorry for those who don't know about football, but yeah, their kit is black and white. So yeah, I thought I'd check the second half after this, but yeah, more important to me is the Celtic game. And the last time I checked, we were 3 up, so I hope we can see that out and hopefully score a few more even, and hopefully, most importantly, beat they who shouldn't be named. I think that's on Sunday. But I mean, my mum even invited. My mum's boyfriend invited me to come to the pub to and I kind of wanted to, partly wanted to, but I wanted to finish this. This game, these videos. So I thought I'd leave it because I'm under time pressure because I do struggle to organise my time. But moving on that note, to number 16. I've got to read my own writing. 16 is Diran Adebayo, I believe. I can't see if that's an N or an M, but I think it's Diran Adebayo. I haven't really wrote much about him. I mean, I forgot actually in part 1 to post up a link from Google, from a Google search on 40 black British writers and whatnot, so for people to check out. Number 17, Said Adam Trige, Adam Drime. Sorry. Number 18, Ni Ayakewe Parks. Again, I don't know how to pronounce that, but it's N-I-A-Y-I-K-I-W-E, and then Parks spelled P-A-R-K-E-S. So like Parks with an E in it as well. Number 19, James Berry, and number 20, Mike Gale. So yeah, that's the end of part 2. I think I'll try and keep it short and sweet, but I know I can waffle. But I was going to say my nice life story is like about how I suppose I could have had a shower at half time and then finished parts 3 and 4 later on, or even part 2 later on. But I suppose I've done it this way, so I guess I'll watch the rest of the game in the second half. For this one, I'm rooting for Newcastle, but it's more important for me that Celtic win, and hopefully Italian teams in European and international football at club and country level as well. But yeah, so anything I didn't cover, I'll cover in part 3, hopefully. I'll actually go for part 4. And on that note, I'm out. Peace and love.